Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. In this video, I want to talk about setting healthy boundaries. Now, this is something that I definitely want all of my viewers to examine within themselves to determine, how strong or weak your abilities are in setting boundaries. Do you have a hard time saying no? Do you have a hard time speaking up for yourself? Do you feel pressure to fall in line with what other people want? Do you care too much about what other people think and feel? If you answer yes to these questions, you definitely hold yourself hostage to other people, and that is another way that we can be susceptible for a narcissist or someone narcissistic or someone toxic, period, or just people in life. We'll hold ourselves hostage to them because, we're not standing in our own selves. We're doing what everybody else wants us to be. Some people call that being a people pleaser. But usually those people end up being ran over, taken for granted. And then what? You'll find that you're left to pick up the pieces every time. And those people that are using you and taking you for granted, they're just on to the next person that they can use and take for granted. So in this life, we really have to be mindful about taking care of ourselves and standing up for ourselves, because if we don't stand up for ourselves, who's going to do that? It is more true than not that people do treat us the way that we allow them to treat us. Now, there's a difference between a person that is toxic and they try this BS on everybody, but how far they get is going to depend on each individual's temperament and tolerance for certain types of behaviors and where their boundaries are and how they're able to enforce them. Because you can have a boundary, okay, and then be weak at enforcing and setting your boundaries as well. So that's something else to examine. Are you the person that would like to set particular boundaries for yourself, but then you have a hard time enforcing them? Then you start bending on your boundaries. Then you end up doing things that you don't really want to be doing. And then afterwards, you feel slighted. You feel like you didn't get your fair share. You feel like you were taken for granted. These are signs of a person that has an issue with setting and or enforcing boundaries. And it's very important in your healing process to evaluate that, especially coming out of narcissistic abuse, because we all know that the narcissist wants it their way or the highway. They are not about compromising at all. So when you're dealing with this person, you're automatically taking the submissive side of things, but on an unhealthy end. On an unhealthy end. And from a toxic person that's just, not taking into account anything that would benefit you. It's all about what they perceive would give them the upper hand and benefit them. So we have to learn how to set and enforce our boundaries in this life, in this world, or else we will feel victimized time and time again. And, if you haven't been used to setting these boundaries, it might feel a little weird at first. And it might throw people in your circle off because they're not used to you standing up for yourself in any type of way or having this type of assertiveness. But they'll get used to it. You have to free yourself. Once you love yourself enough in this life to say, hey, I got one life to live and it's mine. I'm going to be me, and I'm so secure in myself. I don't care who likes it and who doesn't. It is what it is. I am who I am. I'm going to stand strong in that. And what I want is what I want. I'm going to live my life. I'm not living life for other people. I'm going to do what I genuinely want to do, and not an inch or a second more of something that I don't want to do. And that's it. You have to get to that place. I get to that place. I used to be a person that had a hard time saying no to the people I cared for. I could say no to strangers and people I didn't have certain attachments with, but I had issues saying no to the people that were the closest to me in my circle. But I seen how people took advantage of that, and especially in romantic settings and dealings. So I learned the hard way from dealing with these narcissistic relationships. And, I got tired of it. I reached my breaking point. I did that, self-work and self-reflection to see what I needed to do. And I said, hey, today's a new day. I'm going to be different. No longer will I be that way. And you can make that decision in 1 second. I don't care if people were running over you yesterday, if people were taking advantage of you this morning. Right now, in this second, you can say all of it's over, and it will all be over. That's the thing. We can take control. We can take our own power. And a lot of times we give it to other people, and they will take it. They will take it and run with it and get what they can out of it. And then we will feel some kind of way, because we know on inside when we're not honoring ourselves. But you can make that decision in a split second. You know what? I don't care what happened yesterday. That was in my past. Right now, and for now on, and for the rest of my life, I'm standing up for myself. If I don't want something, I don't want it. It could be on the smallest of scales. Someone's trying to get you to buy something. You're not really interested in a product. You don't have to be nice and buy it. No, I'm sorry, I'm not interested in that. Or you're busy, they're bothering me. Not right now. Try another time. Just speak up for yourself. You have to start doing it. Start doing it on the little things, and you'll find getting the bigger things will become easier and easier. If you don't like something, you don't like something. If you're at a restaurant and they didn't do your food right, you don't have to be nice and just sit there and take that. Look, you're paying your money. You know what? I asked for my steak to be medium rare, not well done. Can you please take this back? And that's what I wanted. Stand up for yourself. So, and your boundaries are your boundaries. But we have so much more power and control if we just go ahead and decide to live in that, to take it. And do it unapologetically. Do it unapologetically. All right, guys. So let's take time to think about our boundary settings, and then just go ahead and start enforcing it in your life. Starting right now, you can start doing it. You can start doing it, guys. And if you haven't been doing it, sometimes you might get it wrong, but you can get right back on it and keep trying again. And pretty soon you're going to get stronger and stronger, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, you'll see how happier you are, how relaxed you are. You don't have to be a yes person. If you want to take your Saturday off and you don't want to be filled with all these obligations of other people, you want to do what you want to do, or you want to do nothing, then that's what you do. You work hard. You deserve it. You deserve it. So I hope this video reaches someone, and you learn to tap into your own power. It's there. It's there. It's like the bird that's not even caged, but the bird won't fly. Sometimes we've been conditioned from our childhood in these toxic ways. We were punished for stepping into our individuality. We were in a setup that didn't encourage that, and it got deeply engraved in us, and then it plays out in our adulthood. But we can break those cycles. We can become healthier. We can stop it. Now that we're aware of it, we can make that decision and then start doing it, because we create a habit of setting good boundaries. Guess what? You get better at it. All right, guys. So if this video resonates with you, go ahead and hit the like button. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. I do post videos quite frequently. I'm here. I want to empower people to break away from these toxic situations and never return. I want people to step into their power and stay there. And stay there. Okay? All right. So until next time, guys, take care.